Hey Sagittarius, it's Empress Rose. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch your energy wave on this reading, check your other major placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venuses. And also, these cards are all pre-shuffled. So we're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck for an intuitive vibe of where we're going. Grateful to receive these accurate messages. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius? What does Sagittarius need to know here? Okay, what's Sagittarius need to know? Okay. That's too many, and I don't know how to pick them out of that, so. All right, Sagittarius, what do we got here? Okay. All right. I'm just seeing something with my phone, so we're gonna have a little glitch in the middle there. It'll be fine though. So all is connected. So this is about everything being connected. This is also my Anansi card. So we have a little spider here, a couple spiders, the storytellers, and they have to do with change. Something changes when you change the way you talk about things and the way you tell. A lot of people are getting this, like the way they're talking about something, the way they're thinking about something is changing. So this has to do with the stories you tell yourself, changing the actual reality and pulling on that. And everything's connected, in particular, the way we view things, the way we talk about things. So this is a call to good mental hygiene, to having, making sure that your stories are accurate and making sure they're telling the story that you want to tell. So we can frame things in all sorts of different ways, and you are already, even now, framing things in a certain way, and each of those things can be framed in another way. Like you can be like, I'm such a klutz. Well, that may have been a story you learned about yourself when you were 11 and tripping over your suddenly giant ass feet, but now you're, in your mid-20s and you're used to your adult body and you're not a klutz anymore, but you still might be viewing yourself in that lens. So that's just an example of something that where you might be framing it as like, oh, I'm very klutzy. And you might not actually be. You might be normal level of human klutziness. We're all a little klutzy. So anyway, so that's just a very mild way of, there can be lots of different things and experiences that we've had that where the way we understood it at the time, it can be re-understood through a different lens now. You are already using a lens to understand these stories about yourself. So once you understand that, then you can have more power over the lens that you're choosing. So that's what this is about. The lens you choose to see things through has an effect on your life, a very real effect. It affects everything. We also have the observer here. This is very close observation. This could be through social media, any kind of media, but you're getting a lot of new ideas. A lot of seeds are coming off of this observation. You're extremely focused on something, very dedicated to something, very passionate about something, watching it very carefully, and it's creating a lot of new ideas and a lot of new seeds here. So we're going to move over to Moonology. Right, Moonology, what do we have for Sagittarius that can help us understand more of how these cards are coming into play here? Okay, so have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. So this is, you're at the beginning, you're in an idea level. So this is a call to put some work into things, to bring them to fruition. But this is saying, whatever you've started working on recently will have a strong effect and will be very, has possibilities. This baby's got legs. It can go somewhere. You just gotta put the work in. And so one thing about having faith in your dreams is that faith enough to put time into them, faith enough to, so even though, oh my gosh, like Scorpio just got a really having faith in their vision, in their dreams. So you know, actually having faith in something is very different than saying you have faith in it. It's seeing it, understanding that that can happen. Oh, I like to think of it as like the drawer, the junk drawer. It's like, where is that? Somebody asks and you answer, well, that's in the junk drawer. And then they open the junk drawer, maybe pull it open, and they go, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not here, and shut it. But you're like, no, I just saw it there yesterday. And it changes how you search through that junk drawer. You like, if you know for a fact that that like pencil is in that junk drawer, you're going to open it up and you're going to look, because it's not just faith. I mean, you can't see it right now, so it is faith, but you are like, if you know, then you work harder. You're going to work harder because you know that that pencil is in there. And it is, and it maybe took you 10 minutes, but you found it, and for whatever reason it's a very special pencil and you couldn't substitute another one. So, but the person that doesn't have faith that it's in there, that's just kind of taking your word for it and they don't necessarily believe you, just pulls it open, nope, I don't see it. Shut it. So that's the difference between having faith in something, faith enough to work through it, faith enough to take all the effort and put it into, because it's a knowing like that pencil's in there and I want it and I know that it's in there. So I'm going to go through this whole drawer much more carefully than someone who's like probably not in there, but I don't know, they say it's in there, so I'm going to at least look, you know. So and that can be such a game changer with careers, love, not with someone specific, but just in general, of just like having faith that that's going to work out. Enough faith that you're going to search through that drawer and put in the work to find that pencil. Because that pencil, if you have faith that that pencil's in that drawer, you're going to go through that drawer much more thoroughly than someone that just kind of, maybe not. Just ironic, like... Not, you know, if you don't believe that pencil's in there that much, you're never going to find it then. All right, so we're going to move to Ethereal Vision. Santa Muerte decided it wanted to take a nap. It's very clear. It was really fascinating to pick up the deck and just have this like, oh my gosh, it's done. It doesn't want to talk anymore. So that was very interesting. So we've moved on to the Ethereal Visions, which was waiting in the wings. Okay, so Sagittarius, this is your past, this is your present, this is your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. I don't take reversals except in one position. Okay, so in your recent past, there's been this not talking. Someone stole or snuck away with the ideas, all the communication, everything. There's been some sneaky behavior, perhaps. And the way I view this card is it's been sneaky behavior that has to do with communication or ideas. And it put a stop to the conflict, but not in a healthy way. The conflict wasn't able to go through its natural process. Someone just shut down communication, shut it down, wasn't going to communicate about it, and that's how they ended the conflict. They thought it felt very clever at the time. It felt really good at the time, but because it did bring some peace for a time to the situation, but it also robbed people of an ability to defend themselves or to complete the conflict. So it just kind of postponed the conflict till later. In your present situation, you have this 8 of Swords. This is a sense of being trapped. You are not trapped. I haven't seen the 8 of Swords in ages. My goodness. This is being trapped by your own ideas. Oh my gosh, that's all about this right here. Being trapped by your own perception and ideas of a situation. She's surrounded by swords. She can go wiggle over to a sword and, you know, cut herself free, right? She can do that. She can get out of this situation, but for whatever reason, she is okay with her bondage. Now, there can be different reasons for bondage, like for fun, 1. 2, it can also be, you know, a choice that you're making for the good of other people, like children in a situation, or for the good of an overall goal. You know, she may be waiting for her opportunity. But anyway, there's some bondage here. It feels like it's non-consensual, but it's consensual bondage. You are not seeing your way out, but it's there. And this has everything to do with some sort of story you're telling about yourself that's making you feel trapped, but you aren't actually trapped. Inner landscape, you have this 10 of Cups, or something in that you're thinking about or imagining that's bringing you a lot of peace and a lot of happiness. It could be this thing that you're very focused on, this dream that you have. So you're dreaming and thinking about this fulfillment, this absolute fulfillment, and this beautiful fruition of an emotional journey, and this peace. This peace after the rain. You're dreaming about this. You don't have this physically, but it's something that you think, and you might think you have this, but you might not. And the thing about the 10 of Cups is it's as good as it's going to get. So if you're in a situation like this, where you're feeling a little trapped and you keep thinking, oh, it's probably going to get better, it's probably going to get better, this is here to tell you, this is as happy as you're ever going to be in this situation. So is this as happy as you want to be? So this is a question, I think, that you're dealing with internally, is a sense of happiness. So you're either dreaming of being happier and having this fulfilling thing, or you're questioning whether you are there yet, or is this it? Is this all there is? What's at issue is the moon here. And so we take this in the reversal, and my phone's about to cut out. So I'm going to talk about the moon when I come back. All right, Sagittarius, I'm back, having figured that out. I'm very proud of myself. I'm a little bit of a technophobe, so figured that out. So at issue was we had this dream or this vision or this curiosity about, is this as good as it gets? Am I as happy as I'm going to get? And is this this is a completion of a emotional cycle. So this could be as happy as you get. This is all the happiness that this process is going to be bringing you. No more. And so you're just having a lot of questions about that. Like, is there more? And then at issue, we have the moon, so we take it in the reversal. So the moon is about intuition and listening to that and having that be your guide. In fact, we have two cards here that are very similar. We also have the High Priestess here. So, but this is about not being able to see a lot of frustration, maybe some anger about how you just aren't seeing the next step. You want it to make sense. You're not seeing it, and this is exactly what we're seeing in this Eight of Swords. You have this blindfold on. You're not seeing it. You're frustrated. You're angry. You're not seeing your next step, but it's because you're choosing to not see your next step. You're choosing not to. There's some reason there, and there might be a good reason why you're choosing not to see your next step. You don't have faith in yourself. You don't have faith in your intuition. You don't have faith. I see that an ending wants to come in here, or some freedom wants to come in here, and you're not having faith that that's the right move. But in your environment, we have either a situation or a person, this High Priestess. She's calling you very clearly into your intuition. I find it so fascinating that this card came after this reversed moon card of not being able to see, and this Eight of Swords card of not allowing yourself to see. This card, the High Priestess, is all about not giving you the answers. This tarot reading is not here to hand you an answer to your problem. It's here to ask you to this process. There's something in your environment that needs you to go into an intuitive process, to trust your intuition, to go inside and get that all sorted. There also may be someone in your environment who's able to be between both the physical world and a more spiritual, intuitive world and help bridge that gap for you. And help you come into your own intuition, because this moon card has you out of your own intuition, angry, frustrated, not even looking to your inner voice, not even looking to self-reflection, not even looking into any of that, but almost refusing to look at it because you want the answer handed to you. Your environment's not handing you any kind of answer. It's not it's not going to tell you what to do. It's not going to give you any direction. The only direction your environment is giving you is to get in touch with your intuition and to trust that. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in yourself. Have faith. Have that to open your eyes and see that you can free yourself from this situation that has possibly reached peak happiness, as much fulfillment as you're going to possibly get. Your to-do list is in support of all of this. This is the 10 of Swords. This is a surrender. This is letting go. This is the end of a painful cycle, and this is asking you to end this painful cycle. Whatever this thing is that has you feeling trapped, this fight that's ended and without any kind of conclusion or anything, you're being called to free yourself from this. Maybe this illusion and this story you're telling yourself that this is as happy as you'll ever be, something like that. You're being called to surrender, to free it. This is the end of a painful cycle. So and that this shows up in your to-do list is that it's time for you to free yourself from this bondage, from this burden. And it might just be a bondage and burden that you can't do it, that you can't make these next steps. You know, that might be a story that you're telling yourself that you can't do something. And this is saying you have to cut these ties. You have to free yourself from this burden. You have to lay this, not this burden, but you have to end this pain. You have to surrender to the ending, surrendering to the ending, and ending this pain. Possible outcome. So this, you know, we have the 7 of Swords, this 8 of Swords, and then this 10 of Swords. So we sort of have this progression of this lack of communication, or this battle that was ended prematurely through it wasn't the normal life cycle of a battle. You're feeling very trapped. You're having questions about whether this is as good as it's going to get. You're not in touch. You need to get in touch with your intuition. You need to have faith in your dreams. You need to let go of the fears that you can't do this, and you need to end something. And then what comes in here is this 2 of Cups. This union, possibly a union between opposites, is a very healing, emotional connection between, very loving, very healing, emotional connection here. So this comes in, this is a possible outcome. Once you end what's not working for you and what's causing so much pain, once you realize that you can end that, you can have this. You can have this 2 of Cups, this soulful connection. There's such a strong Leo vibe here, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Leo, but I don't tend to read the energies of the cards because I think we all know who we're dealing with when we're watching these and the situation that we're dealing with, and then it can be confusing. So, but this is a healing emotional connection with a lot of clarity and a lot of honesty, honest, open communication. What is this lion even doing here? The book never mentions what the lion's doing here, you know? King of the jungle. Leadership, some sort of leadership role in an emotional connection. So, all right. Well, so have faith in your dreams. You're telling yourself you can't do this, and you absolutely can. You absolutely can. You might need to get some help from someone that can help you get more in touch with your intuition, because that's what this is asking you to do, and help you understand, you know, the stories that you're telling about yourself and about your situation, and how they're actually having a very real effect on the situation. So, but you end a painful situation, you open up the possibility for true connection, true emotional union with someone. True love to come in here. So, all right, Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful for you. And thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments. They're very encouraging for me as I've been reading for 8 years, but a fairly new to YouTube reader. And they also help, the comments and likes and stuff also help raise the profile of the page of the channel, so that other people can find it more easily and find these messages. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week, Sagittarius.